if you're a braider who has a mentorship, and when you go to sell your mentorship, people say they need to think about it, or they tell you that they can't afford it, this video is for you. See, I've coached over 10 plus braiders, helping them become mentors and make a whole bunch of money online. And I've recently watched one of my braiders make $2,000 in 1 hour selling her mentorship. Now, I've noticed something very clear, that there are two ways that braiders sell their mentorships. The braiders who sell their mentorship, like I'm getting ready to tell you, make more money than the braiders who sell their mentorship, like I'm getting ready to tell you not to sell yours like. And guess what? It has nothing to do with price. So in this video, I'm gonna break down the old way of selling a mentorship and how you need to sell your mentorship this year so you can increase the amount of mentees that you have, so you can make more money, so you can get away from that chair. Okay, so when you look at the old way, and I'm gonna tell you what you're most likely doing wrong. Okay, I'm gonna use a red marker. All right, when you look at the old way of how braiders are selling their mentorships, it usually is like this. So a braider will come online and they usually will promote a flyer, or they will have a video, and they will talk about one or two of these things. They're either going to talk about their method, or they're going to talk about the pieces. Now, what do I mean by that? See, I was working with a braider yesterday, actually, in one of my coaching calls, and she was talking about, I asked her, what will people get out of your mentorship? And she was like, they're going to learn how to create neat and clean, consistent stitch braids. And I told her, like, well, I'm gonna be honest with you, nobody cares about that. Nobody cares about creating neat, clean, consistent stitch braids. They care about what they will be able to do after they learn that. So a lot of braiders, what you guys do is you sell the method. You sell your signature precision technique. You sell your signature framework. You sell your signature, parting, molding, stitching, braiding technique. But you have to understand that that's selling the method, and that is the old way. And when I show you the new way, it's going to make so much sense. Okay. Now, another way, another old way, an old habit that braiders do is they sell the pieces. The pieces. What are the pieces? So braiders are currently selling how many coaching calls people get, or how many modules come with the course, or how many hours come with the course, with the mentorship when they sign up. And you don't understand that when you are selling the pieces, you are telling people how much work they have to do. Okay. I remember listening to one of my coaches, and he had mentioned to me, he said, Jay, you're doing something wrong. I said, okay, what am I doing wrong? He said, you're selling the journey to Hawaii versus selling the vacation of going to Hawaii. And I was like, what do you mean? Well, when you sell the journey of Hawaii, you're usually selling people. If a travel agent came up to me and he was telling me and my wife about a trip to Hawaii, and they were selling the journey, they would talk about how you got to hop on a flight that's 10 hours. And you got to do these different layovers. You got to go through customs. And when you get there, you're going to be bombarded by all these people trying to give you a taxi ride. Okay, that is selling the pieces. Okay, usually you find yourself selling the pieces when you are selling the process. All right, the process of what people are going to go through in order to get when they join your mentorship. But you have to understand that when you sell the pieces, you are telling people how much work you are doing. And technically, you are selling the journey. And you don't want to do that. All right, so the old way, a lot of braiders, they either sell the method. You're going to learn my parting technique. You're going to learn my molding technique, my braiding technique, my precision technique. You're going to learn my signature framework to getting content. Like, method. Or people sell the pieces. You're going to get 6 hours of coaching, over 230 hours of trainings. I remember seeing one of this braiders, and on her thing, she said you get over 23 plus hours of in-depth training. Like, you're telling people how much work they're going to have to do. Okay, so when you're selling the pieces, that's not what you want to do. All right, and you have to understand that people don't buy because of what's included. All right, people do not buy based on what's included. So the shift you need to make is this. The new way that I've saw my students who have been successful with making thousands of dollars online, okay, is they sell the destination. The destination of going to Hawaii. So let's use that same example that I told you guys when it comes to going to Hawaii and that thing like that. So think about this. Instead of selling people they go through customs, instead of selling people that they're going to have to sit on a flight for hours, what if that same travel agent was like, imagine what life is going to look like when you are on the beach with your husband and he is rubbing the sunscreen on you and y'all are being intimate with each other while the sunset is falling down. And also how good the breeze is going to feel when you get there, and the food that you're going to have, and you're going to eat the nice mangoes, organic fruit from Hawaii that you can't get nowhere else. Like, think about that right there. Think about where your mind tends to go as that person is selling you the destination. They're selling you what life will look like after you pay for this trip to Hawaii. So braiders, what you have to understand is you have to stop selling the pieces / method, and you have to start selling the payoff. The payoff. Okay? The payoff. So for you, those of you that don't know, or you may have heard, what is the payoff? All right. This is how I break down the payoff. Payoff is communicating what life will look like when somebody goes through your mentorship. Communicating. What is the payoff? The payoff is what life will look like after I go through your mentorship. Okay, a lot of you focus so much on you're going to get this many modules and this, learn the signature technique. But I promise you, and potentially, like, if you come on the internet and instead of selling your mentorship, you sell what your braiders' life will look like after they go through your mentorship, you will increase your sales. If you take all those things off your flyers that you have that talk about the hours of coaching, the modules, the precision technique, you take all that off your flyer and you supplement that with, when you join my mentorship, you will finally be able to blank. Oh my gosh. Watch what happens. And you do that because you have to understand that when you are selling, people buy based off of emotion. Okay. People buy because they feel like it. So our goal as mentors is we need to persuade. Persuasion is not bad. We're leading people. Let me break down what I mean by persuasion. What I mean by persuasion is leading someone to a decision they already want to make. Okay. I'm not forcing you to do anything you don't want to do. Okay. So we have to persuade people and help them, guide them to the decision they already want to make. So with that being said, how do we do that? We have to sell the payoff. All right. Our job as communicators is to make our way the fastest and easiest way to get to success. All right. So when we're looking at this, all right, when you sell the payoff, people feel like you understand them. People feel like you know, like, what they're going through. All right. They feel like they can trust you because people aren't paying for information. I want to let you know the one thing that people are paying for when they sign up for your mentorship. They don't care about you. They don't care about your cause. They don't care about if it's one-on-one. They don't care about all the things. The only thing people care about is the result. What result are you going to get for them? What result are you going to get for them? So if you can focus on selling the result, selling what life will look like after they go through your mentorship, oh my gosh, man, it'll be crazy. You will start to see people throwing their debit and credit cards at you, thanking you for persuading them and guiding them to the promised land of where they already want to go. Because you have to understand this. I like to tell my students, you have to understand that your dream student is currently in pain. That's not a pain, it's a smiley face. You have to understand that your dream student is currently in pain. Your goal is to help them get to pleasure. All right. So your mentorship helps them go from pain to pleasure as fast and as easy as possible. All right. So your mentorship is just a bridge to get your student to where they want to go, the result. Right. You don't care that I'm creating a 8-minute long, 9-minute long YouTube video, right? You care about what this YouTube video is going to do for you. So if you guys start understanding that what we are doing is we are creating results for people and that our mentorships are just a vehicle to help somebody, you will start to make more sales. Okay. So the old way is selling the method and the pieces. All right. The new way is going to be selling the destination. What will life look like when I join your mentorship? All right. And if you are a braider and you want to know how to discover the most profitable and fastest way to make money without braiding hair because you don't want to be pregnant down the line, braiding hair on your feet, or not being able to be attentive to your husband, or you feel like you don't have no time to do self-care right now, and you want a way to make money without relying on braiding to survive, I want to invite you to the Mentor Money Summit. Now, at this summit, I'm going to reveal to you exactly how you can put a money-making system in place that pays you without braiding hair, mentoring other braiders. Okay. So in this video, I reveal to you the old way. I reveal to you the new way. that you need to go about. All right, and you have to understand this. I'm gonna give you an example, braider specific example, is that let's say you're a stitch braider and your promise for your mentorship is I'll help you create clean, consistent, neat stitch braids. What you're selling is the coaching calls, your signature method in the process. So what you need to sell instead is what will clean, neat, and consistent stitch braids produce for that person. So will it be more confidence? Will it be better pictures? Will it be better clients? Will it be higher prices? Will it be less redos, less stress? Your mentorship, once again, is just the bridge. All right. So I want you guys to take whatever you are selling, and I want you to think about, after somebody goes through what I'm selling, what will life look like for them? I know for me, I sell coaching. I have coaching packages ranging from $1,000 an hour to $3,500. My highest one is $25,000 for my mastermind program. And I've been getting better myself at understanding that people don't want my coaching program. They want what result my coaching program can produce for them. So my job is to get better at communicating. Okay, get better at communicating the result, communicating the value to people of what my coaching program will do for them. And then from there, they will be able to make the decision if they want to sign up or not. All right, so that's the video for today. I'm happy to be back for you guys. Make sure you click the link in the description and grab your ticket for the Mentor Money Summit. I encourage you to also upgrade to VIP, where you're going to get 4 extra bonuses that regular general mission won't have. And I'll see you at the next summit coming up.